Nature. It is so broad and beautiful, and yet it almost seems lifeless being in the same place for every second of every year. Humans do not deal with emotions well, but at least we have them. When a tree loses its leaves and it becomes bare in the winter, it's exactly like emotions tearing away at someone's personality. People look to their enemy of the past and think about how they would feel if they did not encounter them.
So it's just gone 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's another late vlog because it's a Thursday, and usually it's been hectic at college Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on the Wednesday night I usually get a long sleep and then end up doing everything a lot later. So it's gone 2 o'clock and I'm going to do my advent calendars. I've just eaten and then I'm going to sit and do some work, but let's do the advent calendars now. I accidentally didn't record my advent calendar there, the white one. I've just eaten that one without recording, which is annoying, but I'm going to try and remember to record for this other one, so I'll quickly do that. Okay, number 9 on this one is down here. I got a Santa on the other one, by the way. It was another white chocolate Santa, which is, at least you've seen them already, but this one, it's another gingerbread man. Yay! So, obviously, the other day I lost my memory stick on the bit with all the stuff on, so yeah, now I have to remake my actual PowerPoint for my presentation to actually hand in. I did the additional information presentation yesterday, but I have to do this and get that submitted, so I'm going to spend that today sorting that out, and then I will send that to my lecturer, and then after that all I have is one more piece of work to hand in before Christmas. And I'm sorted to focus on, obviously, Christmas presents and, yeah, in my New Year show as well. So it's all still kind of very hectic, but at least it'll be stuff which is enjoyably hectic. Okay, so yeah, I've decided I want to do a Christmassy themed tag. I know they're quite popular on these videos every year, so I thought I'd have a go, seeing as I haven't done much today. So yeah, I've got a bunch of questions. I think I'm going to do 20 because that's a nice number. Let's get started. What is your favourite Christmas carol? So for me, I would say that my favourite Christmas carol is probably Silent Night. I think it's a really nice one. Yeah, it's just my favourite. I can't really explain in too much detail as to why it is, but yeah, that's the one that I like the most. What is your favourite type of Christmas themed candle? I think the best kind of candle is the Christmas cookie one, which is by Yankee Candles, and it just smells ridiculously nice and I just love it. Number 3, what is the best gift you have ever received at Christmas? I would say that the best Christmas present I've had would be probably either this camera, because I'd never experienced having a 4K camera before getting that, or probably my Nintendo Switch because I just love it so much. Yeah, those two are pretty good. Number 4, what is your usual plan for Christmas? So obviously last year was totally different because of COVID, but usually what would happen is get up in the morning. No, I would have previously opened my stocking, but I'm 18 so I don't get one. And then after I would have done that, we would normally have gone to my sister's dad's house, but again we're not going to do that this year because my sister's moved out and it's sort of all changing now. I think instead we're just going to be sort of in the house all morning. And then after that we would go out at about 1-ish to get for our Christmas dinner, or just whatever time it would be in the early afternoon. Then after that we would go to my auntie's house and play some games there, because just to spend time with family and that. And then we would go home and open our presents at night time, which is so much better because you end things on with the presents and find out what you get, which is just sort of so much better in my opinion. But obviously most people do it on the morning because it's just what people do. So everyone has their own traditions. We do a lot on Christmas Eve. A lot of people don't do anything on Christmas Eve. So yeah, it's all relative to people's traditions, but that's sort of what we do. Number 5, how do you decorate your Christmas tree? All of our decorating I've put in day 0 of this year's Vlogmas, so if you want to see how everything's decorated, then go and check that out. Number 6, what is your favourite Christmas film? It is The Polar Express. I just love it so much. It's the most magical film. And it totally gets me into the Christmas spirit, even though usually I'm already in the Christmas spirit. I definitely am this year. But that film, it just really sets me off for Christmas Day, because obviously we watch it on Christmas Eve every year. I'll be really Christmassy on that night, then it'll just set me off for the whole next day of Christmas Day. It just really makes me feel so festive around that time. Number 7, have you ever experienced Christmas on your own? I don't think I have, no. I think I've always had sort of people around me, my family and that, so yeah. Number 8, what is your favourite Christmas song? And obviously I've done Christmas Carol, but Christmas song I would probably say is Merry Christmas Everyone, which is the one where it goes like ooh, that one. That was really bad singing for me. I've I've just really not helped my case have I? Number 9, what do you put at the top of your tree? Now this is interesting because usually people either put like an angel on there or a star or whatever. We just put bells on the top because the way we've done it, it looks really nice. I'm really happy with it personally. We have 2 bells like facing outwards at the top of our tree and it just looks really nice. It does look like a big feature at the top of the tree, just as good as anything else, so that's what we do. Number 10, what do you like the most at Christmas? The thing I like the most at Christmas is seeing other people opening the presents I've got, because I always get so stressed out, and not just stressed out, and I also end up putting a lot of effort into it because of the hectic nature of it all. But yeah, I always put a lot of effort into getting the presents, and I think I really hope that people like them. So when people open them, it just lifts me. It just seeing their faces and everything, it lifts me so much, and so that is just the most amazing thing at Christmas. Number 11. Do you spend Christmas with your family? And I've kind of said already, yeah, I do spend it with my family. They play a big part of Christmas, certainly for me anyway. Number 12, when was the last time you had a white Christmas? Now, I don't really know, to be honest. I've not really remembered one. I think there's a lot of snow. I think it was 2009, 2010, one of those. And I think there was a lot of snow about 5 or 6 days before Christmas. And obviously, it would have taken a while to get rid of. So there would have been snow outside on Christmas. I think that there would have been other years where there was some snow, but yeah, other than that one, I can't really remember much. I certainly don't remember it actually snowing on Christmas. Number 13, what is your favourite type of cake to have at Christmas? For me, I just go with your standard chocolate fudge cake and custard, because to be fair, that's what I've always had at Christmas, so I feel like that's, for me, that's just what I would have for a Christmassy dessert. Like, everyone has like the traditional or conventional or whatever it is Christmas desserts and that. I just go for what I personally have always had at Christmas, and why not? Number 14, what message does Christmas always bring you? For me, the message that Christmas brings me is to be happy and to make Christmas a good time, because regardless of whatever bad things happen, if you don't make Christmas enjoyable, then what's the point? Like, I understand that people will always have things that
struggles in their life. But for me, I just think, why not try to make this happen? Why not try to lift your mood rather than just not feeling it? I know it is easier said than done, but that's just personally how I feel about Christmas and what I would give out as a message for it. Number 15, do you feel motivated at this time of year? Absolutely. For me, my motivation peaks in December because I end up having so many people to buy for. I can't afford to not be motivated. Like, I have to try and get everything done quickly. With that and anything else that I end up having on, because I've naturally got so much motivation, I can just do like anything in December because my motivation just soars through the roof. Number 15, when do you actually start your Christmas shopping? So usually I start at the beginning of December, but I end up not buying very much and not really knowing what to get people, and then eventually I always end up doing the majority of my Christmas shopping about 5 days before Christmas, or a few days. So usually that's sort of what my time scale ends up being. It's like I'm saying with the motivation thing, I struggle to know what to buy people, and so I physically have to have the motivation to buy stuff when I go out, and it ends up being like a few days before Christmas. So yeah, I'm quite a late Christmas shopper, to be honest. Question 16, what is one of the most memorable events of the last Christmas? So for me, I would say that it was actually quite funny. So in my last Vlogmas series, it was the most ridiculous thing that I ended up doing. I don't know why the hell it happened. I think I was purposely trying to get overexcited about my presents on video to try and cheer people up or something. The presents I started off with was some of the most basic presents, which I personally found useful, which were like hand wash, or can't remember what else it was. There was a few other things. Stuff like that I ended up just screaming for. I think it was combs. I got combs as well. And I started like screaming about getting those. Then I pull a Nintendo Switch out, I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, because I physically couldn't maintain that energy, and it was just the most hilarious thing. Honestly, I just don't know why I did that at all, but it was pretty memorable. Number 17, what year was your favourite Christmas? 2019 was absolutely by far my favourite Christmas, because I felt like, obviously I started college a few months earlier, and it was around that time that our class was so tight knit, and the things that we did at college for Christmas, it was just so festive, and that sort of carried me into Christmas Day. And in terms of the actual Christmas Eve and Christmas Day part of it, those were really, really strong as well. So I thought, as a whole, 2019 was an excellent year for Christmas, and it was certainly my favourite. Number 18, what is your plan for this Christmas specifically? So I think it's sort of similar to what I was going on about before. This year I think we're going to see my granddad in the morning as well. It's like what we did last year. So I don't think we will have a boring Christmas morning at all. I think we will be going out to see my granddad in the morning, and I think my mum will be going to see my nana as well in the care home. So we'll have people to see in that, and sort of wish them a happy Christmas and things, which will be nice. And then we will go out for our Christmas dinner, and then we will go to my auntie's house probably, but we don't really know what's happening with that yet because of the government, which I'm not going to talk about anymore, even though I have my opinions. And yeah, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but regardless, we'll either go home straight away or go home after going to my auntie's, and then we will open our presents on the night. So that's roughly what I'll be doing this year. I can't remember if I just did 18 or 19, I think it was 18, so I'm just going to do 19 now. If I've missed one, I apologise. Question 19, what is the theme colour that you wear the most on Christmas? So usually what I have, I've done this sort of theme for a few years now, so I'm going to sort of use this as my answer. I usually go with like a red Christmassy shirt, and it's got like little reindeers, Christmas trees, things like that on, Christmassy features on the shirt. And usually what I do is I just have the colour of that poking through. I have my blue Christmas jumper on, which has like London at Christmas. Usually what I end up doing is I just end up taking the Christmas jumper off and I have the shirt there, so it's not like I'm just having the shirt with a pattern on it and then not being able to see the pattern, because usually I take the jumper off and you can be able to see it. So that's it. I always find that's a nice way to go about it. Okay, so the last question, I don't know if I've done 20, but I'm just going to go with this as the last question. What is one thing that you would like to do in the future, or in future Christmases? So I think I'm going to sort of talk about it in like a sense of when I have my own family and things. If I end up for my own family and I don't end up on my own. I really want to make it enjoyable for the people that I have around me. That's my biggest primary goal. If I end up having kids, then I would especially like to make it enjoyable for them. And yeah, I think just on the whole, I want it to be sort of a very festive, magical experience, and that'll be my biggest goal for future Christmases. So yes, there you go. I've done a nice little Christmas questions tag there. I'm a Celebrity starts in 10 minutes, so I've got to get sorted for that. I was just saying, David and Danny are doing the trial, and it's like fate is bringing them together. Basically, they have to fill a bowl up with wine, and then they have to get over this slippy bridge, and it's very difficult, as you can see there. Right, get back. Oh my god. They're at the castle inn, yay! This is the highlight. This is one of the highlights of I'm a Celebrity. Probably second to Cyclone. They're singing now. They've had so much food that they've just gone mad. And they're now singing lots of songs, as in like pub karaoke. Look at everyone who's leaving. It's gonna be 7 people down to 6.
Louise. It might be you.
Might be Louise.
David. It's not you.
Adam. It's not you.
Eh?
Frankie.
The hell, man.
It's not you.
Danny. It's not you.
Simon. It's not you.
So that means
Louise or Matty.
it might be you.
Oh, keep Matty, I like him.
Louise and
Please
Matty.
keep Matty.
The next person to leave I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. 2021 is Louise.
They both should have stayed. I think it should have been Adam. I really think Adam has to go soon. Louise is gone.